definitely. Yeah, never really wavered on that. Yeah.
Based on what? I mean, just growing up and playing against high-level competition so much, or just?
Yeah, I mean, growing up, I always, I got to play, playing in AAU, you see so much. You play against so many good teams, good players. To go to camps, play against the best players. That's where I met Luca for the first time, was at a camp. So I mean, it's just a multitude of things. Playing in the places that I did, traveling and playing the way I did. It was just something that prepared me for this, just the way that it did. Everybody else.
You also knew you weren't going to be 5'9" or 5'10".
Yeah, I knew. That's very true. I knew. Yeah, I grew pretty early. I hit my growth spurt in like 7th grade. I got to be like 6'2" or so, and then I kept going. By my freshman year, I was like 6'4", and I was always like pretty. I was never like really that skinny. It wasn't like Patrick was so tall but so much skinnier than me. I never really was like that. I kind of like grew proportionally. Unfortunately for him, he didn't. But yeah, so that's kind of been. And then I stayed at this this height.
So you think 6 feet you're playing college basketball if you're 6 feet tall?
I think it would be a completely different game.
Sure.
I think it's tough to say. I mean, like I said, I've always kind of been taller. I think it's very hard to say, but.
Well, you grew, but your playing style didn't change. It's not like you went from being a guard to a forward.
No, that's true. I mean, I always was a guard, but I mean, like but then a lot of it helped too, like the role I played on my high school teams. All being able to, because in 7th, 8th grade, I wasn't like, that's when I hit my spurt, but I wasn't like really that coordinated. Like I was pretty slow, kind of like my little brother Jack now. He's like 6'3". In 7th grade, he's huge, but he's not grown into his body yet. So that's kind of how I was. I was the same way. So, that stuff kind of happens, but you gotta work through it and play on the role that you can, and that's kind of what I did. Even though I was slow and affected by that, eventually my body caught up, and I was able to I got better. I'm obviously not the fastest. I'm not Joe T, but I'm fine.
So is your style? Did you ever watch tape of your dad?
I have seen a little bit of tape.
You guys similar at all? He was a pass first guard.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, he was flashy, pass first, and I would say we are similar to an extent. It's also, it's a different era.
Sure.
But no, I definitely think that you're on par in saying that. He passed first, me most pass first, and we both have a little bit of behind the back passes, stuff like that. So, yeah.
It seems like